I am a cultural psychologist with a clinical background because I was a clinical therapist in DC, from Seattle, never went there, came back. And as a result, I wrote this book because therapy is one thing, but healing is what we need. We have to learn, us in the field, in this field, how to bridge the gaps between science and spirituality. The oral tradition in Africa, here, we know it, our grandmothers, great-grandmother, the community, Papa Joe on the corner with the store, the extended family, the family, as a people, for the world. It starts here, now. And that is what I talk about. That is what the conference is about.
We are in a shift, a major shift, a shift that is determined by cosmic factors. Two shifts, actually. One is a shift of the approach of the Great Mother of the Waters, and her time comes in 2039 for 2,200 years. But after that, 10 years, there's the advent of the cosmic Ethiopian king in the Northern Hemisphere, and that lasts 3,700 years. Only time in 26,000 years that those two ages shift in within 11 years of one another. Things are happening now, and it's going to intensify. Now, either we're ready for it, or we'll be left behind. It's that simple.
When they said Nzambi, God, high God of the Congo, and people took it to make fun of us and said, oh, it's zombie, those dead in the graveyard, that's what you worship. No. The full thought is if you have just a spark of life, effervescence, of resurrection in you, just as much as a mustard seed, then you will rise and resurrect. And that's how we got out of slavery. That's how we got out of the most ridiculous situations that's beyond what a human being should experience. And so our God is awesome, awesome. Goes into the valley, into the mud with us. He protects us from the rain, meaning the thunder and the trauma. And we come out. We gotta come out, and we will come out. As Dr. Finch said, we will come out because a new age and a new time is being predicted that we will do better.
Now, ancestral healing, we simply cannot do without. There is no going forward without it. Okay, and because we know the kind of predicament that the race, capital R, is in on both sides of the Atlantic. And yes, it is the ancestors, and I call them the African powers. They are on it. They're watching. They're not only watching, they are making things happen. Those African powers and ancestors, they call you to a task. And they don't take no for an answer. I know of 2 or 3 people who were called to the healing work. And they didn't want to do it. They wanted to do something else. You know what happened to them? They got sick and almost died.
While I'm speaking a kind of spiritual language, I know, once again, I have the academic bearing to make the parallels back and forth. And the basic thing that helps me to do that is the understanding of the Meta Nature, the hieroglyphics, the images, the pictures that were on those walls that helped the others to come out. Our ancestors had the key word, and it's like the scarab called Khepera, the rebirthing, but also the lotus blossom. We as women had the odor, the sweetness of the lily of the valley that had its roots going deep down into the water. So a network of roots that could form and that could work together. And so we become the tree planted by the rivers of water. We become the flowers. We become the water. We become the fire. For out of our belly flows life, the life water, the living water, of which you drink, and you shall not thirst again.
So these are serious matters, and this is a serious time, and the future is serious. But you can affect massive changes with a dedicated cadre of people who are working along similar lines, especially if they, in a disciplined way, can kind of come together and work in a collective, coordinated fashion. It's been done, historically speaking, and we're going to have to do it again.